Hi folks, Dan Dale with Southern Remarketing here in Jackson, Mississippi, where we sell RVs and four-wheel drive diesel trucks. Sell them only online. Sell more of them than just about anybody on eBay. If you watch many of our videos, you're probably used to my dad doing all these for us. He's feeling under the weather, so I'm gonna do this truck and give you a good walk around and hopefully do a good job on it. Today we've got a 2008 F350 single rear wheel King Ranch Super Duty truck. It's got the 6.4 Power Stroke diesel. It's the good engine. It's been DPF deleted, which I'll discuss in depth later when I'm test driving it. Got just about every option you can put on one. Moonroof, got a touchscreen stereo upgrade, heated leather seats, tow command, got all that. Let me take you on a little walk around tour. First of all, I want you to look at this grill, because if you've seen many of these trucks like we have, 99% of them, the chrome has started to bubble or peel. This one, it has not. It's perfect. 99% of these trucks, this Ford emblem has faded out. The blue's gone. It's just solid silver. Even the emblem is perfect on this truck. This truck has 190-something thousand miles, and you know, it sounds like hyperbole, but to be honest with you, if we told you it had 55,000 miles, you believe us. This truck, I know Dad gets carried away sometimes about how clean they are, but this truck is super clean. It is super duper clean. It's got matching set of General Grabber tires, 20-inch alloy wheels, got the big chrome Nerf bars, keypad entry, power heated leather seats, and they are just absolutely perfect. It's got the full coverage Husky mats with the factory mats underneath. All that's in great shape. I don't know how to look on the video, but this headliner is just, I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect. I keep saying perfect, but it's perfect. Steering wheel, even the leather on the steering wheel, not cracked or torn or peeling. You can look in these door jambs. It's not dusty, not full of mud. Of course, zero rust. This is a Southern truck. Hadn't been out in the mud bogs. It hadn't been up north getting rusted out. See, once again, Husky mat. Got a fold up armrest, cup holder, extra power outlet cup holder there, power sliding rear window. You can also fold these seats up, and there's a tray that folds out so you have a flat floor. Truck hadn't had any paint work, doesn't need any. Got a spray-in bed liner to match the truck, which is nice. Got the chrome tie downs. You can see that extra leaf spring. It's got the towing package, full-size spare tire underneath it. You can look down the side of the body. I mean, there are no dings. Does have the trailer brake controller. That's my hitch. It's not included. I've been towing some boats around with it. Tailgate works perfect. I really like this color-coded bed liner. I don't know if you've ever climbed in a truck with a black bed liner, but they get hot. You can see back here on this side, perfectly straight. Got the chrome tipped exhaust, that's factory. Look under here, of course, zero rust. I want you to look down the front of this bed. You see it straight. A lot of times people have four-wheelers and stuff, they've rammed the front of the bed with them and they get bent, but not this one. This leather's just perfect. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. And these 08 to 10 King Ranches were the last year for King Ranches with real leather, saddle leather interiors. All these newer ones are basically just plain old leather seats that are dyed brown, but these trucks are still running the actual King Ranch saddle leather, and it just looks so much nicer. See, we got the factory window sticker, got the lock for the spare tire, got your books and stuff. All the dash paint perfect, no cracks. Auxiliary input, well, that's what these are. You got a iPad plug-in, USB. That's all for the radio, all these connections. So if you want to hook up your phone or your iPod or whatever you got, you can hook it up. Got a big deep console too. Once again, look in these door jambs. We can't clean them this nice. This is just how this truck came in. We rinsed it off and we're out here doing a video. Look in the door pockets. That's another place to look. If a truck's been a work truck, those door pockets are going to be scuffed up, nasty looking. Look under the front. Truck has absolutely no leaks. You can see it's sitting here running because it's about 182 degrees out here in the Confederacy, and I want it to be cool when I leave. So it's got a Go Industries push bar. It's pretty much something you got to have down here. We have more deer than people, and if you live out in the country, you need one. But if you don't like the looks of it, we'll take it off. It's not a big deal. You see it still has the chrome toe hooks in place. If you have any questions about this truck, give me a call. Want to make an offer, give me a call. My number is 601-376-9869. I mean, why would you pay $70,000 for a new one when you can buy one this clean for just a fraction of that? Just doesn't make any sense. But like I said, here in Jackson, Mississippi, 08 F350 single rear wheel King Ranch. Now we're gonna hop in and take you for a test drive. Okay, now we're gonna go on a test drive, but before we do, just wanna show you under the hood. First of all, we don't clean under the hoods. This is just how it came into us, so you can see that you know, it hadn't been out in the mud bogging, anything like that. You can see it's had an impact wrench on these core support bolts. What that means is the radiator recall has already been performed, so that's about $1,500 that you don't have to worry about spending. Finally, I'm going to show you here. You can see got the usual 6.4 smoke, which all 6.4 smoke. I mean, all of them. But you can see the cap doesn't blow off. That's the main thing. Smoke's not a big deal as long as it's not puffing. But the way you tell if you got blow by, if the cap blows off, I mean, if you set it down and that thing just pops right off, you got blow by. What that means is you got cylinder compression getting past the piston rings and into the crankcase, and you got engine wear. But not the case on this one. You can go back and look at our other videos. We've had 50 and 60,000 mile trucks that had smoke. I mean, that's just something about these 6.4s. They've all got the smoke even when they're almost new, but you don't have to worry about blow by because they don't have any. You can see up here, got the power moonroof, got the auto dimming rear view mirror, windshield is perfect, no cracks. Okay, had to get my seatbelt buckled before we took off, but surprisingly, this truck does have the factory window sticker. You can see it sticker 55,450. Got the off-road package with skid plates, got the power slide, moonroof, traction control, stabilizer package, 20-inch wheels, upfitter switches, tow command, memory seats, memory pedals, has the chrome cab steps, got the chrome exhaust tip. I guess it's got the whole chrome package. 373 limited slip differentials, which always make sure you get limited slip diffs, because if you don't, then you only have one wheel front and one wheel rear, one wheel in the rear pulling, and you don't really have four-wheel drive. So just something to keep in mind. But you can see got all the stuff you want on it. Has this touchscreen AM/FM stereo. It's got Pandora, Bluetooth. It's got, let's see, apps. No iPod. I guess there's some cables down there. I guess you can plug in an iPod, a phone, or whatever to run it through the stereo. There's the iPod, USB, auxiliary. I don't think it has a navigation. If it does, I can't figure out how it works. So If it does, consider it a bonus. But it does have heated seats. It's got automatic climate control. You can see it is super hot here. Traction control, power adjustable pedals. Got the power sliding rear window. Has a steering wheel controls. You can see there's your temperature, your cruise control, all that stuff. Automatic headlights, fog lights. There's your memory. It does have the power folding side mirrors on both sides, and they also power extend, so you can see they go in and out. When you're towing, you can run them out, and of course the memory positions, and tilt wheel, pretty much loaded up. No cracks in the dash, automatic dimming rear view mirror, got all that good stuff. And we're going to take it on a little test drive. You'll have to excuse my shaky camera work because I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other on some of the worst roads in the city of Jackson. So the video itself, it may look a little shaky, but rest assured the truck itself drives great and doesn't have any squeaks or rattles. That's the other thing you can take away from these horrible roads I'm on, is that there's no clunks in the suspension. There's no when you hit a pothole, there's no beats and bangs, none of that. So front end is tight, doesn't pull to the left or right. See, I'll let go of the wheel. Doesn't pull, doesn't vibrate or pull when you hit the brakes either. Runs and drives perfect. Okay, had to take a call from Dad. Anyway, like I was saying, doesn't pull, doesn't vibrate or pull when you hit the brakes. You can see there's no cracks in the dash. The air, of course, is ice cold. That's the first thing we check down here, is the air conditioning. And the engine is just, it's quiet. It, you know, 6.4s are a lot quieter than 6.0s, and like just a fraction of the noise a 7.3 makes. But even for a 6.4, this truck is quiet. There's no exhaust leaks, there's no extra diesel rattle, nothing. And you can tell it's been maintained, because the longer one of these trucks has gone without maintenance, they get kind of a, I don't know how to explain the noise they make, but you can kind of tell by ear, believe it or not, when one of these trucks has been properly serviced or not. And this one doesn't have any of the extra extraneous noises that a 6.4 that hasn't been maintained will have. So something you can't really tell in a video, but in person you can. You can see no lights on the dash. I'll come back to that in a minute. Can't find anything on this truck that doesn't work. I mean, this truck has been extremely well maintained. Just from looking at it, you can tell, because there's no dents, dings, no rock pecks, any of that. If you want to fly in and drive this truck home, you can. I would not hesitate to get in this truck and drive it anywhere. It cranks right up, hot or cold, runs perfect. And you know, whether you buy from us or whomever, you always, if you're buying a Ford truck, you want to hear it run cold, because if it's got injector problems or other issues, it's going to have them cold, and it may run perfect once it's warmed up. So Duramax is the opposite. You want to hear it crank hot, but one of these, you always want to hear it crank cold. But no issues with this one. And like I said, if you want to fly and drive it home, we encourage that. We'd rather you pick it up in person, so we can do all the paperwork on the spot, do feedback and everything. Pick you up at the airport, no extra charge, do all of that for you. Of course, like I said earlier, the best thing about this truck is the DPF's been deleted. And what that means for you is these trucks have a diesel particulate filter, otherwise known as a soot filter. And newer trucks use that regen fluid to clean them, but these 6.4s, they clean them by dumping extra fuel into the rear two cylinders and burn the DPF clean. And what that does is two things. Of course, it kills the mileage because you're just dumping extra fuel down through the engine. And if you're not on top of the oil changes, what happens is the oil, all that extra fuel gets past the piston rings slowly, but it builds up, and you end up with fuel getting into your crankcase that thins out the oil and gives you all kinds of problems. So the best thing you can do for these trucks is delete the DPF, and that's been done to this one. And side effect of that is, now that it's deleted, you can expect 18 to 22 miles per gallon, probably closer to, you know, it's going to get around 20, maybe a little higher on the highway depending on how you drive it, but it gets, you know, you pick up 5 to 7 miles per gallon because you're not dumping all that extra fuel down, and you've removed the restriction from the exhaust. But this one has still kept the rest of the stock exhaust, so it's not loud, it doesn't sound like a jet engine taking off or anything like that. And the other thing about deleting one is you can turn up the power. Now, an old 6.0, you had to put head studs in it and stuff if you want to crank up the power, but these 6.4s, you know, stock's 350, which, you know, that's good power, nothing wrong with it, but you can leave it there. You don't have to turn up the power, but you can. So why wouldn't you? You can turn it up as high as 650 horsepower, which my old truck I used to have was 6.4. That's where I left it. Turn all the way up. Power up or down, it's not going to affect your fuel economy. Strangely enough, it just doesn't, because under normal driving, you know, you're driving it the same as you would. So as long as you keep your foot from flooring it everywhere, then the mileage isn't going to be hurt by the extra power. We can tune it. We have the tuner. The tuner's not included with the truck. It's available at extra cost. You just have to talk to me about it. I'll explain it. But when you pick it up, or if you have it shipped before it leaves, we'll put it wherever you want it, stock. Got a little 80 horsepower tow tune that'll give you some extra power without going crazy and maximize the torque. You know, if you want to pull something, it's a good way to do it. Or if you're like me and you want to be able to get in and get after it, then we can leave it turned up. It's entirely up to you. And the best thing to do is just call me, 601-376-9869, and let me explain it to you, because I'm not going to take up 10 or 15 minutes extra time on the video going over everything. But just call me, I can explain it. But basically the big part is it's tuned and deleted. And if you went and had it done, you could spend thousands of dollars getting it done, but we've already done it, so you're all set. Anyway, we also understand, you know, not everybody has the time to fly in and drive one home. Most of our customers are from up north. They're buy from us because our vehicles aren't rusted out and we got a good price on them. So you know, with that being said, if you need to ship it, don't be scared by the shipping process. If you look online at these online shipping quotes, don't let those quotes worry you, because we'll help arrange the shipping for you. And we can save you, depending on how much of a hurry you're in for the truck, as much as half off the average shipping quote. And the way we do that is because most of these shippers you find online, they don't have a fleet of trucks. They're not the truck driver or any of that. They're just brokers. And they get on this one website and they post your shipment, and they'll charge you $200 or $300 and call it a deposit, and then you pay the driver when he drops it off. And really, what you pay the driver is all you're really paying. And that's the trick to it. So what we've done is we've spent the money, and it's a pretty good bit of money, to join that website and be a member of it. And so we'll post your shipment for you at no charge. It's completely free, and we'll find you somebody to ship your truck up to you. And like I said, it doesn't cost you anything except for the actual shipment itself, which you'll pay the driver when he drops it off. So we take care of the rest for you. And if you're in Florida or you're near Atlanta or Dallas, we can get you a real good price on shipping. I mean, it'll be way cheaper than you could come get the truck for. Although, like I said, we'd rather you pick it up in person, so we can do all the paperwork and feedback and stuff, and do it all right then. But it's entirely up to you. The main thing about these 6.4s, they're not like the 6.0s. They got a lot better reputation, and they'll got a lot more power, run better. The thing you got to do though, you've got to change the oil every 5,000 miles. You've got to change the fuel filters every other oil change, and you have to use Ford filters. Now, if you do those things, this truck will probably last forever. But if you don't, you'll have problems. You just got to service them, and you got to use Ford parts. And honestly, you can't hardly buy 15 quarts of oil and the Ford filter for much less than the Ford dealer will do it for, because our dealers around here will do it for 99 bucks. I mean, you just can't hardly beat that. Now, if you're any kind of mechanically inclined, you can do the fuel filters yourself, because Ford dealer charges something ignorant like $100 to put them in. But either way, if you do those things, this truck will last forever. These seats are perfect. Like I said, we can't find anything on it that doesn't work just like it should. So that being said, if you have any questions about this truck, give me a call. My number is 601-376-9869. If you want to make an offer, you want to talk pricing, any of that, give me a call. Be glad to answer any questions you may have. So that being said, if you're interested in this truck, call me. Want to make an offer, want to talk price and any of that, just give me a call. Be glad to go over everything with you. We appreciate you watching the video and hearing everything we have to say about it, and look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.